Hello, friends, and welcome to the International Fab Talks. As usual, we are back again. And guest today, who is our guest? Yes, our special guest is joining us from Nepal, a beautiful country. People are beautiful because they have that acceptance and bonding with one and all. And today we are being joined by one of the best people who we've ever met till date, warm, loving, kind, and friendly. And she is none other than Miss Pradipta Kadambari. She is the founder and principal of Kadambari Memorial College, Kathmandu, Nepal. Hello, ma'am, and welcome to the session.
Hello, and very thankful to be in the Fab Talk. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, dear. Friends, have you seen the humbleness of this person? People should be humble, should not be without ego. People should be able to bond with others for the right reasons. And here we are sharing on the Fab Talks all goodness and all good virtues of people who are there to transform the lives of others. Once you know that you are transformed, you have understood your thoughts and feelings, you're able to get hold of your own life, then you start inspiring others. And that is what we have our special celebrity who's going to share her journey with us as to how she became a principal, what inspired her to give back to the society, to come into this beautiful field called as the academic sector. Dear ma'am, thanks for accepting the invitation to the International Fab Talks.
Thank you.
Thank you.
It's a pleasure.
Thank you, ma'am. With your permission, I go ahead and share your profile. Yes, dear.
Sure.
Thank you. My dear friends, it's always a honor, a privilege, and of course, our responsibility to share the profile of our special celebrity and guest as usual. And today it is all the way from Nepal, Pradipta BP Kadambari. And she's here with us. She is a social work educator with more than a decade of experience with teaching master's and bachelor's level courses in science and social work. She holds a master's degree in science and international family studies. She is the founding member and is now the head of Kadambari Memorial College, School of Social Work, Nepal. She looks after the development of social work programs at Kadambari Memorial College. She teaches and trains social work students in different courses and contents. She is a psychosocial support trainer as well and also a great researcher. She is working as a resource person in child protection issues with different NGOs in Nepal. That is really beautiful and inspiring to be connected with different NGOs, especially protecting children who are really the vulnerable ones across the world. She heads the international relations as well as the research center at Kadambari Memorial College and has coordinated and done research with different universities across the globe, like Griffith University, Ohio State University, the University of Utah, Liverpool John Moores University, and Windsor University. She is the initiator of the university and community engagement activities of the college. Currently, she is chairing the social work subject committee of Purbanchal University. Did I get that right, ma'am?
Yes, Purbanchal University.
Purbanchal University at present, and she is involved in the revision and development of the Bachelor of Social Works and Master Social Work curriculum for the university. As a researcher and Fair Hiring Initiative Inc., Philippines. As an ethical recruitment trainer and audit assistant in international labor issues and ethical recruitment. That's really wonderful, ma'am. She has been convener and chair of international conferences, presented papers at different international conferences, and has research publications in social work, education, and practices. She is dedicating herself to establishing social work as an academic discipline and profession in Nepal. And that makes her extra special because she has chosen that field to give back to this beautiful world. She is very polite, very humble, and accepting. And when somebody goes into this beautiful field of social work and wanting to work not only for your family, for your community, wanting to work for your entire country, not only your country, wanting to work for the entire world, that makes you extra special. As ma'am, you're connected with different universities and sharing your expertise with them, and as well as learning from other countries as to how they develop and grow in their own specific way. Thank you for being with us today.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you for reading and telling a little bit of myself. But that was like everything you could tell to the audience. So I'm very thankful to have come to this platform to connect with a lot of more people that are watching me or listening me.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much for being very humble. My dear friends, when we connect with people, what do we learn? We learn to be humble. We learn to get all those beautiful things that they have within them. How we could be the next Pradipta. How we could be a social worker. How we could contribute to this beautiful world. Before we leave this world, we all have to give our contributions and make this world a better place for the younger generation. Dear ma'am, we'd like to ask you the first question, and we begin the main round of the interview. How would you define yourself? Who is the real Pradipta, ma'am?
In defining myself, I define myself as a learner and a performer. Because learning, when is not transferred into doing, it's not actually the work that we could really do to transfer the life of lots of many people. So I believe in constantly learning, because my first academic degree is pure science, microbiology. I taught microbiology student in master's for almost 6-7 years. Then I came to the field of social work, because the Kadambari Memorial College was founded by a group of my family and friends. I was among one of them. And I came to actually manage the college. And then I learned social work. So that's why, as you said earlier, is like the social work actually inspires me to direct my further journey into social work academics and a teacher. So yeah, that's why I always define myself as learner and performer.
Great, ma'am. Thank you for sharing. That's really excellent. From microbiology to social work. What a transformation. And of course, even microbiology is a beautiful subject where you could really concentrate on the facts of life and get to know more about truth. And social work is also connecting with the people, having a true calling to give back to the society, to identify the weaker section of the society. And ma'am, I really loved this when I read that, like, you are connected with NGOs with regard to child protection.
Yeah.
Would you like to share something on that? Because that is very close to my heart. I would love all the parents and all the caregivers to protect every single child. Because once the childhood is damaged, that child really suffers a lot as an adult as well.
Absolutely. It's very difficult to mend the broken, no? But we can really work beforehand when the children are in their growing age. So it happened like there's an NGO called Shivish. And there is one project in that NGO from long, like it was started almost in 2011. And they always had academic, like social work knowledge partner. So our college involved with the NGO from research, doing research, and the area of the child protection they were working is the children's right to parental care. Yeah, because most of the time, the children's right to education, health, this and that, other things, no promotion, everything's are talked about, and many people put their focus on this area, but their rights to live with their parents, have guidance for their parents, seems overlooked. So, and that's how I got into this field, working with the NGO. And it has been like from 2017, continuously I'm working with them. So yeah, if child are protected from living separately, either in hostels, orphanages, or anywhere, because the parents and other people, everyone thinks that education is must, the training is must to have a better future. But there is a great loss of social. Hello, ma'am, are you there?
Yes, dear. There was a slight technical snag for a minute. Yes, dear. For a minute or two. We
Okay.
apologize, dear audience. We apologize for that. But anyway, it's not in our control because there's a network issue every now and then across the world. Yes, dear. Dear
Yeah.
ma'am, that's really very nice. Go ahead, please.
Yeah, I was telling like in this race of training the school student, our child to the better education, better place, sending them away, there is a great loss of the training that the child will get from the parents, from the society, from the community, especially in being a familiar person or a social person. So that is what I'm doing. And since after microbiology, I did my master's in international family studies. So this aspect of child protection, living with their parents, is also the area of my interest, how a family can be a strength of every children, and it should be. Yeah.
Yes, that's really beautiful, ma'am. Thanks to you for taking this beautiful aspect up. Like every child has a right to parental care. Because we find most of the people giving birth and letting go of their children just like that, or dumping them in some hostel or orphanage, not willing to take up the responsibility as a parent. If you've given birth, it's your duty and responsibility to take care. And yes, ma'am, you said education is not the end of everything. Parental love, care, protection, and guidance also. So every child should have the love and care of parents. That's very nice. I'm very happy to hear that. And our audience too will definitely be happy and they will be inspired, because many of them would want the younger children to have all the time that their parents could give them, because childhood is a very brief period.
Yeah,
Once
it's
that
only
period
18
is over,
years.
you're an adult till you go to your grade, right?
Yeah, it's only 18 years, but
Yes.
it also looks longer in comparison to other kingdom of mammalian. It is longer in human aspect, but this is the blessing that we got from the nature to actually care our children, so that they also learn the sense of caring, sense of collective care and love that we actually have in this part of eastern part of the world, and it should be encouraged rather than giving them a very individualistic care, individualistic achievement, and all these things. So that's what I believe, that this is our tradition, our culture in Southeast Asia. And this has to be continued. This has to be promoted to the Western world as well.
Yes, that's really nice. Thank you so much, ma'am, for sharing. Much appreciated. Ma'am, we'd like to know, how did you enter into this field called as microbiology? What inspired you to take up that? Because I love that subject. It is very, interesting. It's very interesting, and you get to know a lot of scientific facts as to how things work. So I would like you to just share or throw some light on this topic called as microbiology.
Microbiology came to my studies like at that time when I was graduated from high school. There's very less choice for the career, for the study as well. It's either you go for a science, be a doctor, engineer, and then other things. So obviously everyone tried to pursue medical. So that was what I was probably thinking, but I couldn't get into this medicine. Then another is the microbiology at that time was there. And I thought, like, if not the medicine, why not the microbiology? Because it's also the white apron that usually the students were wearing while they were studying. And then I took that in my bachelor's. And as I studied these things, then it fascinated, because the microorganism could not be seen by our eyes, but they are there. and they're playing their role, no? They are doing their evolutionary manifestation, making all of us sometimes sick, sometimes also capable of being in our life cycles, like having our own normal flora inside our body. So that's how I became very interested. And then I completed master's. And after completing master's degree, then I used to work in a pharmaceutical company in a quality control. And at the same time, I was teaching a part-time in master's students for microbiology. So this is how I entered microbiology. Then I kept it for almost 10, 11 years as a part of my career. But when I came to social work, then I actually fell in love with social work. And it's like the social work actually is what I prefer and I love doing, because you could directly make an impact on people's life.
Correct.
Yeah. And the response we received it's like we can't compare it with the money or any fame or anything. It's very rewarding in that sense. So, but I always take learning from microbiology, and many times when I'm teaching our social science student, I always talk about how the exposures are important in students' life. Getting very difficult tasks, getting like hardworking, hard works, and all these things, like they got that exposure to the real world is actually acting as a vaccine for them to build that antibodies in them, or building that competency to work in the real life situation later in their professional life. So science is facts, but science also teaches a lot of ways to integrate into the social sciences. Because after whatever things the science is making or developing, if it is not providing or resulting in a positive result in the social life or human's life, then there is no use of science.
Very true, ma'am. That's really very nice. Thank you for sharing. And as you've mentioned that social work impacts the person immediately when you are going to this beautiful social work of doing things. There's a lovely impact, instant impact on the lives of people, saving them instantly, bringing them out of whatever situation they are, or educating the young minds as to what social work is. That's really very nice. You could see the results quickly.
Yes.
And that is touching human lives. Dear ma'am, we would love to now know about your younger time when you were a young kid. Any incident that you remember when you were a child? Maybe were you the naughty one or what? Or maybe you were very talkative,
very obedient one.
shy?
No, very obedient. I think a simple, obedient student I was. A child, as a kid also. So we were only a girl child in our home. So we didn't have a son or brothers in our family. So in that way, I never felt or experienced any kind of discrimination that our friends usually talk about in terms of the brother and sister things, or daughter and son things. So in that way, I became very lucky. And I was...
Any incident you remember, ma'am, of your childhood? Any incident like this, either in school or at home?
Yeah, I remember, like, that's why I was telling, like, we used to do all the work that usually are supposed supposed to done by the boys. Like, we had a lamp, a post, in front of our house. It's like the government a pillar, and from there where the electricity lines are distributed. Not the bigger one, not the transformer like. And it used to get some problem sometimes. So we used to tap it with a long wooden, it's like long wooden
stick or something.
Yeah, stick like these things. And I used to do that work when I was kid. Like I said, when I might be at that time 7, 8 grades. So I usually go and from that wall or something, but that's the long one. I used to do that. So I was not afraid of doing all these things. And my maternal uncle always called me as a soldier, Sipahi in Nepali. It is called, like I'm not I might not look like a frightened girl. So that was the habit I had from the childhood. Maybe it is because of not being discriminated or not even ever been told that being a girl, you couldn't do that. No. So that was the thing I remember. And in schools, I'm average student. So
did teacher ever punish you or something like that anytime?
No. I remember, in a class 7, there where we were like 70 students, and in science exams, only like almost 10 students passed. All got failed, and I was one among the passed students. So at that time, I got a very good applaud from teachers, and that's I remember a lot. And another one incident is like I still write poems. I do poetry. So I was not like that kind of student who raise hands to go to the competition every time, but I used to write. So I remember my principal. I studied in a girls' school. So there was one of my friend was selected for instant poetry writing competition. It was amongst the school in Kathmandu. But on the day she was supposed to go see, got sick or something, and they need a immediate replacement. So my principal asked me to go, and I went there without any preparation, and there was 2 titles given, and I wrote my poetry, and then I won the gold medal.
Oh, great. That's nice.
And that's like, and that inspires me. Like, I'm not, still, I don't, I'm not sure how she selected me. Because it's only a few times she probably knew that I write poems. So, but yeah, teachers are like that. They have an eye on every student.
Very true. That's really nice. A beautiful incident, ma'am. Thank you so much for sharing. Very inspiring. My dear friends, this is how you get connected with your childhood, all the beautiful memories. And you too could have a brilliant student life if you're a student and watching this. Make beautiful memories before you enter into that journey of being a professional. Yes. So we come down now to the session again, ma'am. Ma'am, as a professional, what are the challenges you face as a professional?
Yeah. In Nepal, I'll speak from my Nepal's experiences. It's like in Nepal, you seldom see any female or women in a leadership role in education or academics. In schools, there are principals in schools, but in higher study, in university level, there are very less. So when I came to Kadambari in 2013, I was in a board, like as a founding member, but there were my family members or other members who were taking care of the executive function of the college. But and somehow they need to move They moved to other countries in their study, due to their study and career. And then I happened to come to the Kadambari to manage the college. Yeah. So as a manager, as a CEO, as you have, if you have noticed, the college name has my family name, the Kadambari. So that's why I couldn't stay away when the founding members were not there in the leadership role. So I came to just manage the college. But then I learned and I liked social work. And slowly I started, and in next after 2 years, then I became the principal. So it's very rare. You see a very less women in this section. And it's a challenge itself to lead the college, stand out as an academic. It's very challenging. We have to prove ourselves. Yeah, and the one thing is the proving is about it's the performance that I was talking about. So if we can speak, we can present whatever we are telling, whatever we are saying, backed off with the knowledge of the subject matter and wisdom that we gather through the experiences, I think it helps a lot to overcome the challenges and have that impression that we can also lead an institution. Yeah. So
you're a very strong person.
Yeah, and many times it's like, since it's a private college, we don't get any support from any other institution or from government. It's on our own. So the thing is to manage the financial condition of the college, especially when we have only one courses of social work. And then again, it's not still not recognized as a profession or academic courses in Nepal fully. So many people are not aware of social work as academic courses. So in priority wise, it comes to be in the list priority of the graduate student in comparison to other faculties of science, technology, and others. So it itself is a challenge to have good numbers of students for a financial stability. Yeah, and this is we still have that challenge of having a financial stability. But one thing that I'm committed, and my colleagues, the teaching faculties are committed, is if we step back because of the challenges in establishing social work as an a quality academic institution, social work, there would be all difficulty for social work to establish itself in Nepal as a quality professional academic program, because it has been compromised a lot by the state universities themselves in terms of its quality. So yeah, being a social work institution itself is a challenge, and leading them by a woman from a non-social work academic background is a challenge.
Yes, but you're one strong person. I'm sure you will make a great leader, and you are leading the team very well. Wishing you lots of happiness, peace, and prosperity in that college, and inspiring other young women to be like you, to be strong in a patriarchal setup. I know women have to have their equal space. It should not be only patriarchal or matriarchal. There should be a good balance. Both of us coexist, especially when it comes to the professional zone. We should be given our due respect, our due space. Yes, dear.
Yeah.
We are all proud of you. We would love strong women to be like you, to face all the ups and downs and yet smile and shine across the world.
Yeah,
Hats off to
true,
you, ma'am.
true, true. Thank you.
Yes, dear. That's brilliant. So, my dear friends, have you seen how much of strength, grit, and determination our special celebrity, Pradipta ma'am, has? That's really nice. You all should also have it. Me too. Dear ma'am, what about books? Which book inspires you the most?
About book, I'm not that much a book reader, but I do read a Nepali, like a biography of people that inspires me, especially the common people who are doing extraordinary work. That's what I read, but not particularly as any famous writer. I'm not. Thing is, like, I'm much into reading the research publications and the textbook, and sometimes I feel like I'm missing those time to read good books.
Yes, dear. You will get the time, ma'am. You will also read those books which you are really interested in. But for now, it is all academics. It's about social work. Yes, dear. We get that. Dear ma'am, what is one beautiful thing you love about your country, Nepal?
Oh, the nature. The nature of Nepal. It's really, really, very beautiful. And I love the Nepal's topography of having Himalayas, hills, plains, in a short span of like 2-3 hours bus travel, we can get from very, hilly region to very plain lands. So yes, it's definitely the nature, the Himalayas.
That's really nice. Thank you, ma'am. Dear ma'am, have you been able to visit different countries? Did you ever
Yeah, few countries.
would you like
India.
to name the countries?
Yeah, it's India. And I used to visit Kerala a lot. I love Kerala, the Kochi and the Kerala of India. And then I visited, like, I had been to Italy, France, Germany, Switzerland, Malaysia, in South Asian part of, Malaysia, Bangkok. Yeah, I think these are all.
That's really nice. So we've been across the world, right? Yeah. And when we travel, ma'am, we become stronger. We really become stronger.
Really, the travel, I always tell my student, don't be afraid to travel. And travel, when you are in student life, travel by bus, by train, have a longer time to travel. It itself serves as a tool to make you strong, grow you as a person, give you the knowledge and then practicality of understanding people's places, the different things. So it's a course actually. So I always encourage my student, they have to do their urban camp in a bachelor's levels to go out of the countries, even a rural camp inside the countries. So I always ask them to take the harder or longer travel. Yeah.
Yes, dear. Thank you, ma'am, for sharing. That's really nice. So, my dear friends, traveling is a beautiful experience where you get to learn a lot and get to face different situations, and that makes you strong. It makes you ready to face all difficulties in life. You begin to view other people as you travel. What are the ups and downs that they are facing, the difficulties they are facing? And you learn from other people too, and other people learn from you too when you're on a beautiful travel journey. Yes, dear. Dear ma'am, what about movies? Do you watch movies?
Yes. I'm a very movie person, no? So I watch Nepali movies as well, and Indian. You know that in Nepal, lots of Bollywoods are very, very. Bollywood was here when I was born, so it's there always. So, but I like a very um, social movies, family-oriented movies. I miss the movies in old times, Bollywood, like story-oriented. Yeah, simple movies of a simple person, people's stories,
Yes,
Yeah.
dear. Would you like to mention the name of any movie that has been of interest to you?
Hmm. Yeah, the Tare Zami Pe.
Oh, great.
Yeah. Three Idiots. Uh, yeah. what about, yes, the old movies like the Vidya Khanna's movies that yeah, I love them. When nowadays I watch Neena Gupta's movies, um, and the Nepalese movies that actually showing the life of people in rural and contemporary society. Yeah, some of them that's come in my head at this time.
Yes, dear. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you for sharing. Dear ma'am, what about sports and games? Do you
Yeah,
have any?
I'm not a regular player, but I play badminton, and then I do a trekking a lot. And then not football. Yes. Badminton. Badminton that I used to play in a college also, the tournament. And nowadays it's trekking, walking, hiking. Not the sports, but yeah.
The adventure sports, like you could call them,
Yes.
like something adventure. Yes, dear. Dear ma'am, what is that one thing you love about yourself, Pradipta?
The simplicity. Yeah, and I feel like I have a drive to do anything. I'm not afraid of the new things that comes to my life. Now, whether I have, I remember that my first conference presentation was in TIS, and before that, I never did any international conference presentation. But I got, and then I asked for, I'm very easy on asking people to help me when I feel that I need help. And then I get support and then I present it. So every time I always say there is, ad, there is an ad saying that डर के आगे जीत है. That's what I am. And that I love myself. And many times I motivate myself. So whenever I do some different things and people applaud, I also applaud myself. So yeah, that's how I'm heading ahead.
Yes, dear. Perfect, ma'am. डर के आगे जीत है. ये तो सच है, मैम. डर के आगे जीत है, तो डर के बैठिए मत, उठ के कुछ काम कीजिए.
You have to fight your fear. Yes, you have to fight your fear. And each one of us are able to fight our own fear. But sometimes we need to have a support, and we shouldn't be hesitate to ask for help. There are lots of people, lots of our students, I've seen that they hesitate to ask for help, and that limit themselves to take that leap. So do not hesitate to ask help, and do not hesitate if someone else is needing your help. In both ways, we can move forward.
A big message, ma'am. You shared a big message with us, my dear friends. Do not hesitate to ask help from the right kind of people. And of course, do not hesitate to give help also if required to anyone. So this is a beautiful message which you shared today on the International Fab Talks. It really, because many of them have lost many chances. They have not risen in life because they have this fear. What? Feeling ashamed to ask for help, or backing off from asking help. It's good to ask help, rise up, allow others to rise with you, or you rise with the help of others. There are several good people who will want to see you shine. They are not selfish, they are not mean, they will help you to shine out in your life. That's really nice, ma'am. I really love this beautiful message which you shared today.
Thank you. And as a teacher, if we are in a teaching field, this is, I think, every teacher should have that this quality. So I don't hesitate to ask if I need any assistance from our student, like, can you help me in fixing these online things or something? And when they see me open open in asking help, they also then come out and tell if they need any support. Many times we elders are so closed in ourselves that we don't show what we want the young people to do. So I always believe on, being like, I always do that. Whatever I want to teach, I want my student to do, I do some kind of a little bit of these things before them. So, and that encourages them to open up.
Yes, being a role model, that's really nice. You lead the way and they follow you. Yes.
Yeah.
No matter if it's asking help also, never be ashamed to ask for help, my friends. You will definitely save yourself from a lot of misery later. If you don't take help and you're stuck in your cocoon, like you don't want to put your neck out and seek help, we really will be, in the same place suffering, and maybe we'll be like ignorant. So it's always good. A big message to everyone, ma'am. Irrespective of gender, you should go forward and seek help. Do not be stuck and wait for help to come to you. You go out and ask for help. You will get help. Yes, dear. I really appreciate that. Much appreciated. Dear ma'am, what is the change you'd love to see in the world?
The change is like the disparity. The disparity, I've been noticing that though in social work, we always teach and we believe in reducing, not having the disparity, equality, equity, and all these things. But eventually, as a human, I noticed that people are creating disparity. If I'm doing a PhD, then I see masters the less, If I'm masters and then I see the bachelor the less. So that's the thing that I'd like the people to not have in their dictionary, not have in their mind, not anywhere. The disparity, the coexistence, and believing that different people have different quality, and we need all of this quality in the world.
Yes, dear. That's really very nice, ma'am. Thank you for sharing. Much appreciated. Ma'am, what about friendship? How many of your friends have stood by you when you really needed them the most? Like you said, you were ready to ask for help, maybe from known and unknown people, maybe from people across the country. We talk about your friends. How many of them have stood up with you and have really proven that friendship is a gift?
Yes, truly. In my case, it has always, my friends have always proved that friendship is a biggest asset in our human's life. So I have my friends still in contact, not many from the school, but a lot from my college and then onwards in my professional life also. From my relatives, also I've got a very great support. Yes, from friends. And I love to call my colleague as a friend in a college, because they have stood actually not as a colleague. In professional, there are some boundaries, but many times they have stood with me as a friend. So it's the biggest asset. And I told my student to not miss creating a friend more, and very good friends in the college time. That is in their undergrad, especially because this is the longest, 4 years is the longest period of time they are spending with a group or their peers. And that can be a lifelong asset for a person.
Yes, dear. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you for sharing. That's really nice. Dear ma'am, do you have any retirement plans, like in maybe after 20 years or 30 years, one fine day, I will just retire and I will not be connected to anything related to any academics or social work. It's just only me, relax with a cup of coffee and write poems, listen to music, and relax. Is
Yes,
that
yes, I have like maybe in 10, 15 years of time. We have bought a land in a very like a remote, not very remote, but aloof kind of place in uh, near Kathmandu, like for 5 hours drive, a hill from where we can see a mountain, rivers, all flowing, no? So plan to have a house there and then, yeah, spend time with the nature.
yes, dear, that's really nice to spend time with nature, relax. We all need that one fine day to relax and to be to ourselves without taking any pressure from any side. Just to go with the flow of the moment and live our lives. Yes, this is it. Dear ma'am, what about your dream projects? Do you have any dream projects still? You've already accomplished a few of them. Do you still have few on your bucket list?
Yeah, I still have. I had a dream when I actually started working in Kadambari, because I feel like social work is by nature, it is more like a medicine training course. So when students while studying medicine, they have a hospital and their campus as an entity, together to train themselves. So I wonder, I had a dream that if we could get well, then the campus with organization or setup where social worker will be there in 24/7, practicing and serving as a resident social worker. So that may it be a children, elderly, or any person in the need of rescue, and then other services could get that service. This is still a dream. I don't know if it ever gets fulfilled, but yeah, this is the dream.
Yeah, it will be fulfilled very soon, ma'am. We'll be positive about it. Yes. Dreams are to be dreamt and they have to be materialized. We have to work towards it to get to that spot where we could really say, yes, I've achieved my dream. You've achieved so many, and this is just one. It will be achieved very soon. Yes, dear ma'am, let's talk about mental health. How would you look at this question? How far are we as human beings across the world giving importance to mental health? It's all about growing crops, wearing good clothes, celebrating festivals, and all of that, and studying, scoring marks. But how far are we going deep to understand the human mind and how it plays havoc if not given the right, atmosphere? When we are in a certain place, the different kind of people who affect us, the atmosphere where we are, the social circle with who we share time with, they all have an impact on our mind. And let's talk about now mental health. Would you like to share something about it, dear?
Yeah, nowadays it becomes a talk of the town, no? Mental health in social work, also mental health and social one. Everyone, the kids, if we talk to the school children, they are telling that I'm depressed, no? I have anxiety attack, no? If you if the teacher shouts loudly, they have anxiety attacks actually, and they are having the attacks. So this is how where we see the very emotional vulnerabilities of the children and the other peoples also. And that's where the world has become very, very competitive, materialistic. Yeah. And the achievement or satisfaction people think is the material, position, power, and fame. So the greeds are overtaking the needs. There is no demarcation of what's my needs are and what's the greeds are. So that's what I think is one of the reason of people to being having different mental health conditions or issues, though there are other biological situation there also. And because of the diagnosis availability, treatment availability, now people are coming up and we could see a lot of mental health issues. But the simple mental, the things like having a supportive community, having a very good friend, having a good relationship with peers could mitigate, not have that mental health conditions. So people are depriving of human connection, human relationship, and human support. So this is what does worry me as a social work educator and also as a person, because we've been seeing the individualism a lot. So yeah, this is coming up for social work and for other mental health professional. Maybe it's a good time because there will be a lot of work coming up. But as a society, I think this is not the good what we are seeing in terms of mental health.
Yes, dear. Thank you for that explanation, ma'am. Lots of clarity with what you've shared. Some by birth have this defect with regard to mental health issues, and some, like, with having different interactions with different people, they develop in that span of time, like how it affects their mental health. And you, as you've said, little children also shiver and have panic attacks when the teacher scolds them. I remembered my time when my teacher used to scold me, used to shiver like that, maybe, or start crying, like, or don't want to go to the school the next day, don't want to attend school the next day. All of that, we had that. Yes, we have to build a beautiful, strong bond with each other, with one another. If you are two friends with each other, and if at all it's all of us together, it's one another. Let's contribute to bringing back this beautiful balance of having happy minds across the world.
True. So that can be done. No, there is no other medicine or nothing. We don't have to spend anything, but we have to spend a time and our energy to bond together.
Very true. Yes, dear. So, my dear friends, work with one another to bring a beautiful balance and create happiness in this world. Ma'am, you're so soft, you're so like polite. आप बहुत मीठे मीठे हो. गुस्सा आता है आपको?
I think I was not like this. I'm polite, but I used to be a short-tempered in my adolescent or my school time and others, not with the friends, but at home, because you take that advantage. And everyone used to call me like, I used to be a very short-tempered person. No, I was a short-tempered. But once I entered into social work, it gets dissolved. So very less now I get into anger. I do sometimes. But yeah, it has. And at the same time, when I started in Kadambari as a social work educator. That time I left my all others, the earlier work of teaching microbiology student. At the same time, at that time, I was looking after my family shawl manufacturing and export business also. So once the time was like when I entered into Kadambari, I also started listening to Sadhguru Jaggi Basudev. And his talk has also taught me to control my emotions, not only control, actually get rid of those anger and other things. And that's how it started. Speaking nice, I think. And people also say that my student also tell me that I'm very approachable and easy to talk. But as a principal, sometimes there's like the position also, they're frightened of the name of my portfolio, like principal, no? And when they start talking to me and they say, oh, no, ma'am, you are so easy to talk.
Yes, dear. You're an approachable person and very humble because you understand things from the other person's perspective as well. It's not only mine, even the other person has a say. So let me respect that. So that's a beautiful way to, have this personality of being approachable to the right kind of people.
And that can be, this personality can be developed. Some
Yes.
people say that I was born like this and I can't change myself. No, we have that elasticity. We have that ability to change and transform ourselves. It can be sometimes 100% or something, but every time we have that chance to be the best version of ourselves.
Very true. And thank you for adding on to that, ma'am. Really, it really makes sense. You can change. There's nothing that you can't do. You have to work on yourself because you have to be the best version of yourself, right? Yes. And we are flexible, and you can always strive towards transformation, transforming yourself into being a better person. Ma'am, badi si question hai abhi. If somebody would like to be like you, they want to. Now they might have been inspired by you. Many of your students and people across the globe might watch this beautiful video of this sharing, and they would like to be in your shoes. They would like to be Pradipta ma'am. How are they supposed to continue on their beautiful journey and transform themselves to reach your level, to be, from the field of microbiology to social work, to being approachable, to having a principal's post, and all of that, a strong personality? I see you as a strong woman.
Yeah. What I suggest is you can listen to me. You can learn something from my experience. If and then integrate that into your personality. Don't try to be a Pradipta Kadambari or Pradipta. Try to be yourself, similar to maybe some of my things, some of other people's things. So no one is perfect. But as a person, you have lots of people to get inspired from. So get the best out of, best from different people and be your own best version.
How sweet. That's really polite of you and very humble of you to say that. Be yourself. You don't need to copy anyone. You be the best version of yourself and reach heights. Nobody's perfect. And yes, we all have imperfections. But yes, ma'am, what people will love, in spite of our imperfections, we are able to rise above all odds and succeed, to lead. So that makes us more beautiful. And you're one of them, leading the educational sector.
Yeah, and one thing I would like to mention is, like, as a leader, when I first started leading the college, I used to be managing this export business also. That time it was a labor, more of the manufacturing. It's totally different in academic. When I once started this one, I always tell my student, that's the learning that I got from this leadership journey is, do not compete with anyone. Compete with yourself to be the better version of yourself. With others, you collaborate. Because no one is perfect, and everyone has some strength. So you complement your colleagues with you when you work together. And at one point of time, I was like, I had a question, am I a leader? Because I used to go to the teacher's cabin or tell, no, I used to move. I never call people to my room. I used to move. And I had a question, am I the leader? I do not look like a leader. And then I came across the learning of a servant leadership. And then I was like, oh, I'm the servant leader. So I believe in servant leadership. It's so competition in place of competition, bring the complementary aspect. Then as an institution, as a group, we become a complete.
Yes, dear. Thank you, ma'am, for sharing. Much appreciated. Dear ma'am, your favorite color?
Blue.
Reason? What's the reason?
The sky, the nature. Yeah, sky, and then blue, the ocean, the river. So, and I feel like when people wear blue, the people look very smart and clean, clear.
Yes, dear. Dear ma'am, would you like to share a proverb with us or a quotation? Your favorite one?
I read it somewhere. Uh, mm, Life is like a parachute. Yeah. No, mines are like parachute. If you open, it will take you to a safe landing. If it's closed, then there is a crash. So mine is like a parachute. So be open to every experiences, but good positive experiences, not the other experiences that that people sometimes go to, like the new experiences of substance abuse or other things, but to the positive things, have your parachute with you.
Yes. Thank you, ma'am, for sharing. That's really nice. So keep your mind open. A parachute works only when it is open. The same the human mind is. So please keep your mind open to beautiful experiences, meeting new people, the right kind of people, right kind of experiences. During this process, you may have to encounter people with negativity and as well as negative experience. Be prepared for the odds, right? Dear ma'am?
True. It's like the journey. In every journey, we have a good and
Yes.
bad things and incidences. So if we don't have the bitter experiences, we never have a longing to, or we never know the taste of the good things. So that will come for sure, but don't get panicked. Take it as an learning experiences. And I have one thing that I always do with myself is forget and forgive to that person and to yourself also. Many times it might be your mistake, so forgive yourself as well. So don't have the guilt. Never do the mistake again, but don't bring the bag of guilt as a baggage. It will drain our energy.
Yes, dear. Thank you, ma'am. It was a beautiful session with you, and especially the last answer which you've given us really, really has a wonderful impact on us. Dear ma'am, do you love pets too?
Yes.
You have a pet at home?
No, not at home, because where I live, it's a community living in Kathmandu. And you used to have a dogs, but at one time the community members are decided not to have dogs, so we don't have. But I love when I was kid, we always had a dog.
That's nice. What about cats? Do you love cats too?
But I don't. I have been noticing my friends having cats, and it's really amazing to see them getting along with the people. Yeah, but I don't have an experience. I don't really have a knowledge of raising or living with the cat.
Yes, dear. As you said, cats get along very well with people, and they are very fussy and very like childlike. You know, they want all the pampering and attention and all of that. And you become a pet mom and or pet parents for that matter.
Yes.
Yes, dear. Dear ma'am, till date, your proudest accomplishment. You've accomplished so many things. You've overcome so many hurdles, and you now in the most beautiful field called as a social work educator, as a principal, focusing on the lives of creating beauty and value to others as well. What is your, among all of these, when did you feel the wow moment? Yes, I achieved this. It really feels great.
I think it depends on it. I had that every moments of a school achieving, the result, getting that gold medal from a queen, then queen of the Nepal. So it was there. But when I looked after, I see it happen in some way as an achievement, and I celebrate each of those achievement. But I should mention that as a woman, getting the driving license and being able to drive the scooty first time. When I look back, if I have to say one thing, is the being independent, being able to move around with the vehicle in a very efficient and short span of time, so that in a day, I could do a lot of things. Yeah. that is the greatest achievement. And I'm very proud of that, not calling my husband to come and get me, instead driving someone else with me. So I think this is the proudest one. And I always tell my colleagues, usually the female colleagues, colleagues who are not having that strength to drive cars, to let them go and drive a car, because driving is a maneuver, and it itself is a very empowering thing. So yeah, this is one. Education is there, but if I were not driving on my own, then there would be a lot of limitation. I could not, perhaps I would have not done so much or so many as I have done.
Yes. Thank you, ma'am. And thank you for empowering other women too. You too could start up and learn how to drive, or maybe ride a two-wheeler or drive a car. That really is empowering. You like have wings. You need not be dependent, or, steal away the time of your important family members. Maybe they too have important projects and work to be completed. You could be independent and complete your work and come back happily home. Yes. Dear ma'am, how many languages are you conversant in? You're good at English.
I speak like Hindi, English, Nepali. 3. French, I could understand a little bit, not I can, but it's not proficient.
Hindi, how come you have learned Hindi?
We've been raised listening to Hindi music in Nepal. So that's how it's automatically came, and we learned Hindi. So not as an Indian, but as a Nepali, I can speak Hindi.
Yes. Dear ma'am, so I ask you this question in Hindi. आप हिंदी में जवाब दीजिए, ठीक है ना?
I'll try.
हिंदी में हो जाए. आपके हाथ में एक टाइम मशीन है, और आप उस एक बटन दबानी है, और अगर वो बटन दबाने से आपको पुराने जमाने में ले जाएगी, वो वहां पर जाके एक छोटी सी काम करके फिर लौट के आना है. वहां पर जाके किसी और का जिंदगी जीना है और फिर लौट के आना है. अगर वो था सिचुएशन, तो आप किसका जिंदगी चुनेंगे, आप जीने के लिए और लौट के आने के लिए? फिर
हिंदी में
बताइए, ट्राई कीजिए.
हिंदी में बताना पड़ेगा. ओके. आई थिंक मैं अपनी ही जिंदगी में वापस जाना चाहूंगी, in my childhood, yeah, and probably could fix or do कुछ कर पाऊंगी to my मेरे परिवार में, because we had an issue with my family.
Yes, dear.
को जाके fix कर पाऊंगी. I don't know. That's what I wanted to live my life again as a kid or as my adolescent time.
Yes, dear. That's really nice. Thank you, ma'am. Dear ma'am, if the Almighty or the universe, if God or the universe, some of them believe in God Almighty, some believe in the universal energy. So we put it as both like this. If the Almighty or the universe offered you and gifted you a superpower, like Mahashakti, and they say, yes, Pradipta, you can only select your own Mahashakti. We have so many here. You select which one you want. We will give you. What will you select?
I select, probably I'll select a power that could make a very quality teachers, committed teachers, and the committed students. Because the students nowadays are only looking after the certificates, not investing themselves. So if there would be a good teacher, if there would be a good students, then the society or the world itself would become a good educated society. So, yeah.
Yes, dear. You've been speaking about something very important. It's not the certificate, it's the skill that you acquire, the knowledge that you acquire, the wisdom that you acquire during that process. And then that's what is the certificate that comes later on. Very true, ma'am. And I really like the way you put it. You want all responsible teachers and students to have this collective effort of giving their very best and shining in the world. Dear ma'am, what type of changes you visualize in the next 5 to 50 years?
And in reality?
Yes, dear.
Yeah. Right now, in terms of Nepal, it's in the 5 years times looks very confusing, especially with lots of young people moving out of a country to the different parts of the world in terms of education, in terms of labor and all, leaving the country. And it looks like that in 5 years, there would be a children and elderly. There would be, may have a situation that there won't be a young population in the country. So this is not a good, good thing, but maybe this looks real in terms of reality. It is what coming up. So maybe in the world also, the growing elderlies and being alone would be there, because the younger generation are so much into earning and then collecting materialistic happiness. Yeah, that's what I see in 5 years. Yeah. In terms of that, but in other way, if things goes well, I think that in 5 years of time, our college is going to have 2-3 other courses related to social work. Yeah.
Yes, dear. Dear ma'am, would you like to speak something about constructive criticism?
Yes, yes. This is very important, especially in teaching. It's like the earlier time when I remember my school time, I was not the student who used to get a lot of punishment. So that time it should be the constructive criticism, no? The punishment word could be replaced by constructive criticism for the student, no? And then they will learn how to look at the thing, and if they have to criticize them, how they give alternatives, saying that this is not only saying that this is a problem, this is not good, but also being able to tell that what would be the alternative if this is not the right. So that's where I think the criticism, the constructive criticism plays its role a lot, because most of the time we've been trained to tell what is wrong with the critical and in the critical analysis, but never been trained to offer the alternatives. So that's why I don't know if this word is there or not, but I coined a word like constructive activism. Don't only go and tell that this is wrong and the strict, but also offer the right options.
Yes, dear. Constructive activism. That's really very nice. It was a wonderful session, ma'am, with you today, getting to know more about your thoughts and your views on different aspects of life. We have a small segment with you, ma'am. It's called as the rapid fire round. It will take just another 10 minutes. If you permit me, I may go ahead with it, please.
Okay, let's see how rapid I could be.
Yes, dear. Thank you very much, ma'am, for being so kind and sharing your time. My dear friends, we go on with the rapid fire round to get to know about the likes and dislikes of our special celebrity and guest for today. She's joining us all the way from Nepal, giving us her time and love from Nepal, a wonderful country. She is Pradipta ma'am, a principal of a beautiful college. Yes, dear. We start up with the session, ma'am. Here you have to answer either in 1 word, 2 words, or maximum 1 sentence. It's a brief session.
Can I pass?
You could do that, dear. Yes,
Okay.
you could do that. Dear ma'am, your favorite breakfast?
Bread and butter.
Among all the 12 months, your favorite month?
It's rainy season. So in Nepal, it is June, July. No. Yeah, it's a rainy month. Rainy months.
Rainy months.
Yeah.
Yes, dear. And ma'am, among all the 7 days, your favorite day?
Friday.
Your favorite number?
10.
Is it tea or coffee?
Tea.
The insect you don't like?
The creepers on the ground. Yeah.
Creepy crawlies. Me too. Even
Yeah.
I'm scared of them. Yes, dear. Although they are so tiny and little, looking at them, we start like, becoming feeling uneasy and jumping all the place around the place. That's me too. I'm scared of them. Yes, dear. Dear ma'am, a life skill, cooking. Are you proficient even in cooking? I mean, are you a good cook too?
Yeah, I think so. I'm a good cook.
Ma'am, on a scale of 1 to 10, how much would you rate yourself with regard to forgiving others?
9.
Yes, dear. When you help others, do you expect anything in return, ma'am?
No.
It could be a smile on their face, a look of satisfaction on their face, or they
Yeah.
just speak with their eyes.
Can you repeat once again?
When we help others, you see,
Mhm.
they may not say thank you. They may just give us a smile, or they
Mhm.
may just give a look of saction on their face.
Yeah,
Sometimes
that's
there's nothing. They just look with their eyes. The
yeah,
eyes
that
speak.
spark in the eye. Yeah.
Yeah. Do you expect anything like that, as little as that, when you help others?
Yeah. That would be the expectation. The human emotions. That's what I look after.
Yes, dear. Is it cakes, chocolates, or ice cream, ma'am?
Chocolates.
Your favorite season, you said the rainy season, right? So yes, we'll skip that question. Your favorite mode of transport?
Scooter.
Two-wheeler. Me too. I love that. It's like having wings and, and
Yeah,
especially
the
in
air, you
traffic.
get the air. Yeah. Though the air traffic, if it's not pollution, the air, you have the air, then if it's raining, you get that rain going your bodies and all. So it's very good sensation.
I accept with you, because even I've enjoyed that. A two-wheeler is really like having wings. You have to stay safe, of course, and drive safely, ride safely. But at the same time, you have a good feeling that, yes, I am on par with others, and I am able to ride my vehicle on the road safely. Yes. Especially early in the morning when you're going to work, and the breeze that comes and touches your
Yes.
face when you're on the two-wheeler, it's just a wow feeling.
Yeah. The same with the monsoon rain. Starts coming to know your cheeks, and then it's very nice when it's hot, and then you get the rain. Yeah.
Yes, dear. Dear ma'am, is it the city, the village, or the town?
Village.
Now, here the next question is a perfect day or a beautiful day, according to you, in 1 word.
Beautiful day. So do I have to tell the beautiful day?
Yeah, in 1 word, how many words?
1 word, the beautiful day means peaceful.
Perfect.
Yeah.
That's really nice. Peaceful. What do we need, my dear friends? We need peace at the end of the day, right? Yes. Even if you didn't have your dinner, but your mind is at peace.
Yeah. That is
It
quite,
is.
yeah.
Yes. Even when our tummies are full, we have so many things on the table and we are not in peace. We can't even consume all of that. Yes. So peace matters. Peace above all. Peace matters the most. Yes, dear ma'am, you've been a teacher, you've been an academician, you're a principal now, but we'd love to know who was your favorite teacher when you were in school.
Yeah. In schools there were many, but I remember like teachers, my principals then. of the school. Because I remember I studied in a Nepali medium school, so there's only one English course, but she taught us the English very, very easily. So I remember her as a very good teacher, but she was very strict, and all of our others teachers were strict at that time. Then I remember my master's teachers. Most of them, one of them, the Professor Mananda, was very, very good in making us understanding what we are learning. So that is what is important for the teachers, to be able to make the student understanding what the teaching is going on. And then if I look into other aspect of teachers, because I don't believe that teachers are only found in the schools or colleges. There are a lot of teachers in our life. The Sadhguru Jaggi itself is a teacher for me in teaching a different aspect of life. And yeah, there are teachers in a small roles, like my children's, when I became a mother, actually they taught a lot to be a mother. So they're also a teacher. So yeah, like them, there are a lot. My students sometimes teaches me a lot of things, like how to work with a youngster now, how to become a calm, to listen to them, though the things are getting totally different in our norms and values, but how to accept this and how to, be generous. Yeah.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for sharing that. Yes, we learn a lot from many people. It could be our own children, it could be our students, our colleagues, it could be everybody who are, giving us some positivity, some positive energy. Dear ma'am, are you an early bird or a night owl?
Not a night out, not so early bird also. So my day starts at 5 if it's a working day, but other time it's 7 o'clock.
Yes, dear. Is it salty, sweet, or spicy food or sour food? We put 4 in. Salty, sweet, spicy, or sour food?
Spicy.
Life is all about money or happiness?
It's happiness.
You consider yourself to be an introvert, extrovert, or an ambivert?
I'm extrovert. I'm a people's person. If I have to stay alone, I get like, no, I can't consume my energy.
Yes.
I have
You
to
spread
exchange.
that positive energy.
Yeah, I have to exchange with other people.
Yes, dear. Ma'am, when you're alone and you have nobody beside you, no mobile phone too, not a book too, not a pen and paper as well, you have nothing to do. At that moment, one has to be connected with their thoughts.
Yeah.
If that was the case, where would your thoughts take you to? The past, present, or future?
I think present, because I'm more of a present person. I don't think so much about the past. And if future is not sure, then the present, and the present, definitely my mind will go on the present.
Yes, dear.
I don't have a mobile phone. No, why this is happening? No. Yeah.
Yes. Dear ma'am, the favorite and the most famous sweet of Nepal. Would you like to share that with us, the name?
Yeah. So Nepal has the sweet thing is it's called pushtakari. Pushtakari. It's a small like round, or sometimes it's like rectangle. In some cases it's oval, but it is made up of jaggery and a sugar. And we used to have it from my childhood, and I still love it. So yeah, pushtakari.
Pushtakari. Am I right?
Yes.
My mouth is watering now.
It's a brown color like a chocolate. Yeah.
Yes, friends. So sweets are really very nice to have. And of course, the right quantity you should have. Not more, not less too. Yes. That's according to me. Yes, we'll stay safe because certain people shouldn't have consumed sweets, no? Then we shouldn't tempt them to eat the sweets. To me,
Yeah,
पानी
yeah.
आ गया हमारे मुंह में जी. Dear ma'am, you believe in experiential learning or theoretical learning?
Experiential learning. A
Yes.
lot. So I always be on that in this wherever the experiential learning is happening, I go to learn, and wherever there is a chances, I apply the experiential learning. So even in a classroom, if I'm teaching a theory, then I'll bring some cases and then ask our student to think, what if this is that, or no, what do you see? So try to make it more experiential.
Yes. Experiential learning is really great. Children and students and people will remember it for a longer time. It's like,
Yes, yes.
they see, they
The
hear.
doing, yes, yes. The doing, the feeling, the listening, seeing is stronger. Yeah.
Hands-on experience also. No? That's really nice
Yes.
to get that beautiful experience. Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. And this is like I sometimes I used to tell to other my colleagues like let not let our student to experience the ambience also. So it's not, don't limit them in the observation. Observance is what they need to have.
Yes.
Yeah.
Very true. Dear ma'am, is it song or dance?
Song and then dance. But song, definitely.
Then if you say song, I'm going to request you, would you oblige to sing a song for us, a sweet Bengali song? I mean, it's a Nepali song.
Nepali song, but I am not a good
Choti
singer.
si, chota sa, small Nepali song.
Okay, okay, okay. I'll try. I'll try Nepali song. Okay. Oh, I'm not with the, I'm just, it's like Maya Raisara, ta ghar raisani, जीवन भनेकै त भर रहेछ नि कहिले माया साँझ झैँ कहिले रहेछ र त भर रहेछ नि.
Thank you. That's so sweet. Thank you very much. A lovely song. And Nepal is a beautiful language. It's really so nice and pleasant to listen to when you are singing. That's really nice. Thank you, ma'am. Dear ma'am, if given an option to visit a beach or a forest, what would you select?
Forest.
If there's great music, a musical system there, and a great book, and you have to select anyone, what would you select?
Music.
Yes, dear. Dear ma'am, till date, your favorite or the best gift that you ever received till date?
I think this is my children.
Wow.
When I got I got them in a hand when they were born. Yeah.
That's very true. The mother in you speaks that, yes, holding a child, that's the greatest gift that we receive from the Almighty. And being a woman, to hold it very close to us, it really makes it a beautiful.
Yeah. When you have the tiniest human and that actually have your own genes and all, that is the greatest gift.
Dear ma'am, do you love to even give gifts, like, receiving gifts? You like to give gifts. What is it? You want to receive, you feel good, or giving gifts, you have pleasure?
Giving.
Yes, dear. So, ma'am, before we end the session, we'd love you to give us 3 gifts. And the other 3 magical words. Apart from please, sorry, and thank you, we'd love you to share 3 magical words with us where we could, focus on that and build a beautiful future maybe, or try to bring those values within us. Research on those words too.
Yeah. Never give up. Yeah. And another is lifelong learning. And one thing is, in Hindi also, we have a guru, word guru. Guru. Because in Nepali, teachers is called Sikshak.
Shiksha.
Yeah, Shikshak. So though I enter into academic as a teacher, in my journey, I felt more of guru, being a guru. So wherever there is a chance, be a guru than a teacher. So teacher, I still feel like limited to curriculum and the courses. Guru can show the path ahead from academics.
Yes,
So three things is never give up, be a guru. And third, what did I say? Yeah, be true to yourself. Be yourself. Yeah.
yes, dear. That's really nice, ma'am, for sharing that. And you really are a guru to us today. You're a great mentor. You've been sharing all your life experiences and how to face challenges, how to, move on to better prospects in life. And you've chosen a beautiful field, social work. And hats off to you for that. You're a mentor to many now. You're a guru to many of the youngsters out there across the world. And to me too. You've inspired me a lot too, to even understand the importance of social work and how we could really contribute to the society. Yes, dear. Thank you so much, ma'am. Looking forward to many more happy interactions with you. Lots of love from India, from America, and from all the other countries of the world. Lots of love to Nepal and to you too as well. Thank you so much, ma'am. My dear friends, with this, we'd like to come to an end to the International Fab Talks for now. If you like what we are doing, connecting and bonding with people across the world, we request you to like, subscribe, and share. Don't forget to subscribe, my friends. Subscribe such that you could meet beautiful people across the world on this beautiful channel called as the International Fab Talks. Stay safe and stay blessed. Thank you, ma'am. Yes, dear.